Gary's Tour fans, we're now going to take a tour and go up Park Avenue, the famous Park Avenue, where the wealthiest of the wealthy in New York City used to live. I'm not sure that's the case today, but that's what it used to be in the good old days. There's still a lot of money on Park Avenue. There's still a lot of wealthy people living on Park Avenue. It's still a nice place to live. But I'm not sure it's a lot of wealthy people live in Tribeca, live in Chelsea. Many of them are involved in Wall Street, so they live closer to the Wall Street area. But that's okay. Let's check it out anyway. This is a fun drive. This is another tour for Gary from Gary's Tours. We're driving north on Park Avenue. Ahead is the MetLife building. It used to be called the Pan Am building until Pan Am went out of business. And literally, this road, that building that you see ahead, the MetLife building, was literally built on top of Park Avenue. They found some space, I guess, and that we actually have to drive through it and under it to get through on Park Avenue. It's a very famous street. Lots of wealthy people live here. Lots of show business people live here. It's separated by a divider. One of the only streets in New York City that has a landscaped divider. Most of them are not. Most of them have no divider, and certainly no landscaping. And it looks like the restaurants were able to get permission to expand here a little bit as well too, I'd say. Now we're gonna go around the building. This is how we get around the MetLife building. Beautiful building. Building we're coming up to first is the Grand Central Terminal, where the train's going up to Westchester and points north. Apart from being a Long Island guy, we always went to Penn Central, to the Penn Station, where all the Pennsylvania trains and the Long Island Railroad trains merged. But these are trains going north to Westchester. A lot of people who work in Manhattan have always lived in Westchester and points north. And this is where you get those trains. Get trains to Boston if you wanted to from here. Now we're going around the MetLife building as well. Bring out more of a police presence. The state police are here. At any train station or subway station, Governor Hochul recently was concerned about the number of perceived attacks in the subways. Because violence in New York City is way down since the pandemic days. There was a lot of unemployment in those days. There was a lot more people who were committing crimes. But just so there's no perception or incorrect perception of violence in subways, they're putting out a lot of police protection currently, and a lot of state police, and actually some National Guardsmen were called up. She called up 750 National Guardsmen this weekend, and 250 state troopers are now manning the subway stations to make certain there's no violence. People have a fear for whatever reason, whether it's real or imagined. That someone will come along and push them onto the tracks or something of that nature. And the odds of that happening are slim to none, but she's trying to eliminate the fear. She wants people to come to New York and feel safe. Subway ridership is down because of the fear that some people have. And actually the subways are safer when they're more full. The more people you have, the less likely they are that someone's going to commit a crime. Because there's more people around watching what's going on, more witnesses. So we're once again in bumper-to-bumper traffic on Park Avenue. Looks like there's some construction going on here on Park Avenue. We have a massive federal infrastructure bill that was passed by the Biden administration in the last couple of years, and there's, I believe it's $1.2 trillion of new road, bridge construction is taking place. I guess New York City got a piece of it. And they're doing some construction. Now we're back to where the highway divides again with a garden path in the center of the roadway. Absolutely beautiful day, beautiful blue sky, hazy clouds, high cirrus clouds, I would say. It's warning of an impending storm coming in the future. I'm not using flashing lights, but for whatever reason, a digital camera picks up my lights as flashing. To the human eye, they look like they're steady, but the camera sees them as flashing. It does that sometimes with neon lights as well. It has something to do with the cycles per second that the light is actually transmitting. We are recording in 60 frames per second, which is much clearer. It's actually theater quality that you're viewing this video in. This is the same quality you get if you went to a theater. Now the road is divided once again. And this is an absolutely beautiful part of Park Avenue. Great place to live and work. Famous churches, I believe. I think St. Bartholomew Episcopal Church is on this road. We're at 52nd Street now. I'm going to take this up to about 58th, 59th Street. Probably 59th Street. See, there's someone from Texas. I bet he might be a tourist. That's a long drive from Texas to New York. He must like driving. Lots of people everywhere you look hauling suitcases. Makes me think there's a lot of tourists here today. I think New York City's become a larger tourist capital or destination city than it has been in the past. It's mostly for workers in the past. People who lived here and worked here. Now it's been lots and lots of people want to come and see New York City. And you're getting to see it for free on YouTube. How about that? Can't beat it. Once again, this video is brought to you by Gary's Tours. If you like the video, please click like and subscribe if you can. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Some people think it costs money to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. We're now at 58th Street. Once again, the even-numbered streets go east, the odd-numbered streets go west, and some of them go both directions. Lots of very nice apartments here. The average price for a for a studio in Manhattan is now up to $2,000 a month. little hefty. If you're working in New York City, you have to have a roommate or have a lot of money. One of the two. There's another Citibank bicycle. Looks like it's an electric bicycle of all things. And he just ran a red light. In this state, bicyclists are required to follow the same rules of the road. Automobiles are required to follow. Got a bump there. There's another restaurant. See, the restaurants during the pandemic, to allow for additional safe space to eat, were allowed to build out. So they actually allowed them, they were given permission to build out sort of temporary structures into the streets. Pandemic's been over now for 2 or 3 years, and the restaurants really haven't taken back those temporary structures. Looks like they're still serving meals out there in the streets. So once they increase their size, they want to keep the size they had. And whatever political power the restaurants have, they're going to exercise to make sure they can do it. We're going to go up Madison now. I love driving in New York City. I can do this all day, every day. Maybe I should be a cab driver. I probably talk like a cab driver. There's Tom Ford, designer, famous designer. Lipsticks, makeup, clothing.